How many of you estranged parents have had to change which adult child decides whether you live or die if you ever end up on life support? That's a real consequence of estrangement and something that's rarely brought up, but you need to think about.
I can't believe I'm going to thank Doormat Mom for bringing this up. Because I can't believe I'm going to thank her for anything. And, you know, she's got 4 kids, one who's estranged for sure, and I don't know about the other 3. However, having multiple children, you have multiple options. And if you do have multiple children, are you picking just one to make that final decision? Or are you leaving behind a living will to make sure that they don't have to make that decision? And it's interesting to me that that didn't come up in what she was just talking about. Yesterday, in session with a client, it's not the first time that this has happened, by the way, who is unmarried, without children, estranged, has 0 family, and has been going through some of the periods of life of when you end up duplicating your family through friendships, and then you realize you've been doing the love you know. And so as you're going through therapy and growing, you are separating, not necessarily estranging from other people, but just kind of going lower contact or putting people in different spaces in your life with different significance and levels of trust as a result of that. So this client is also kind of in a phase of not really having someone who is close, trust, you know, I hate ride or die, but we'll go ride or die on that because, you know, I just don't like sayings like that, but whatever. She doesn't have that person. And she said to me literally yesterday, and again, this is not the first time I've heard this in therapy, I don't have an emergency contact. And that's the case for a lot of estranged adult children. And that's devastating. And that's something I actually think about more and more now because I'm 59 and I'm going to be 60 in January. And it's actually the first time that I'm thinking about these things, which I'm finding myself to be delayed on, and it's irresponsible. Yeah. But said it out loud. That's where I'm at. And I'm recognizing that there's some things that I need to do, and I need to figure out how I want to do those things. If I had a spouse, then that would be the natural person to do that, but I don't. And a lot of estranged adult children don't have a spouse, and maybe they have kids that they feel like they don't want to burden with that, or that are too young to take that on. And that is a thing that we don't talk enough about. And it's a very, very sad situation to be in. I don't feel sorry for Doormat Mom or the moms like her, mothers like her, to be clear. She really should call herself Doormat Mother if she wants to like make herself look like a doormat, because if she was a mom, she wouldn't be in the situation she's in. To me, a mom indicates that you fulfilled your role as a loving, nurturing, caregiving parent. Being a mother is just the act of giving birth and maybe or maybe not meeting your contractual obligation of roof, food, blah, 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 you know, the essentials kind of thing. So that's why we'll call her Doormat Mother. She can fuck right off if she doesn't like it. Ooh, I got my cup. Yeah, snarky sparky on this one. Anyway, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. How do you handle this? If you have no friends, no family, or maybe you have some friends, but you don't want to put that on them, or, you know, whatever that looks like. How do you handle that? And do you have a living will? And if you do, how would anybody be able to access it? Like, I have so many questions. I was hoping to give you answers, but, you know, now I don't have them. And I have clients out there who really need the answers as far as that goes. Attorneys out there, I would love to see you comment in. Let us know what area you're from if you're a lawyer and you're commenting in on how to handle something like that when you really don't have an emergency contact. I would very much appreciate it. And the reason I want you to give your location is just so that, you know, somebody in your state or your country, your city, whatever it is, well, state, or country would know that what you're saying is applicable to them, right? Because of laws being different in different places. So anyway, thanks for being here. And thanks to Doormat Mother for bringing up this very important topic. I appreciate it. Not her, just it. Okay, signing off.